Hey everybody, little bit of a PSA and a little bit of story time tonight. I've been talking a lot, especially over on LinkedIn, about my podcast entering its second decade. Diabetes Connections has been around since 2015, and I was just reflecting and, giving some thoughts about the 10 years that I've been doing this podcast. But I got a notification that I thought really helped sum up how much the industry has changed since I started. The notification for my hosting service is that my podcast app is going away. You didn't know I had a podcast app, right? Well, I forgot all about it too, but Diabetes Connections is, I guess, a standalone app that we created a long time ago. It really made sense back in the day because in like 2015, 2016, maybe for a couple of years after that, we were still explaining all the time what the heck a podcast was. It was difficult to find in most places. Even Apple, their native podcast app, you didn't have to go to the App Store and get a podcast app. That didn't happen until 2014, maybe 2013. And that changed a lot, but it didn't change everything because people still really didn't know what it was. So the advice back then, and this made sense, was when you're giving a presentation or you're talking to a group of people, don't tell them to find your podcast wherever you listen, like we do now. Tell them to get your app, because everybody knew how to find an app. And that worked. It was very quick. It was a very brief moment in time, at least for me. It worked for about 6 months, and then people started getting really savvy about finding podcasts and listening. And, everybody got into it. Spotify and Pandora and YouTube was not a place for podcasts back then. So it's very, very different now. But if you have the Diabetes Connections podcast app on your phone, and I'm guessing that means you haven't updated it in years and years and years, take a screenshot. Let me know. I would love to see how people are using this because we really had a lot of features in there. It was a lot of fun to create, and it was a great and easy way back then to help people share the show to social media and send messages to me. I don't know. So Diabetes Connections, the app, is no more, or will be no more pretty shortly. I'll put more information in the caption. Is anybody looking for this? I don't even have it on my phone, but I thought that was really interesting. We'll see where we are in another 10 years in this industry.